Hey guys, it's Nicole, and today for the Scraplifted video, I am going to be scraplifting not necessarily a specific layout from Laura Vegas, but more of her style. I tend to follow certain people and be inspired by certain people, and it's typically people who use either techniques that I personally like or supplies that I personally like. And I really like using photo collages, um, die cutting with my silhouette and things like that. And so for me, I really enjoy seeing Laura Vegas's work on the Carrie Bradford design team because she does use a lot of her photo collages, and that's just a personal preference of mine as far as being able to get as many photos on a layout as possible is to use things like photo collages. And so I'm not necessarily following a specific layout of hers, more of just the style that she does sometimes where you've got a photo collage and you've got some smaller photos sort of tucked into the top and then some die cutting and stuff going on the top of the layout, or one side of the layout. And so what I basically did was I had these prints ready. They were from a previous big print order that I had done, and this was what I decided to go with. And then I just went through a bunch of Carrie Bradford downloads that I had on my laptop and kind of designed what I wanted to do on the top. From there, I went through and pulled out pretty much all of my Simple Stories Christmas stuff. It's kind of housed all in one spot, and I don't necessarily stay within collection there because they do use the same colors and stuff, and it's nice to be able to mix and match within a manufacturer. So I'm basically just kind of wallpapering my background, just kind of separating different areas, giving myself a larger area for the photo collage and a smaller area up top to sort of house my smaller photos, my title, and most of my embellishing. And then I wanted to add a little bit of interest to the background, and I sort of forgot that my intention was I wanted to do some stamping and have it be gold embossed, and I kind of just got distracted with stuff that was going on around my house, and so I ended up just doing some gold splatter. From there, if I'm going to do a lot of die cutting, it is an extra step and it does take a little bit longer, but I do like using the drop shadow technique where basically you cut all of your pieces again in a dark colored cardstock. In this instance, I'm using black because the Simple Stories collection that I was also using had blacks included in it. And you basically just glue the die cuts together with two layers to where you can see just a little bit of that dark cardstock showing. And I try to make sure that all of my pieces have the same drop shadow style to where either you're seeing a little bit of the bottom and the left, or you're pulling it down, you're seeing the top and the right. Basically just making it consistent, and it will kind of help everything look more cohesive. And it doesn't really take that much longer to kind of just glue everything together, but it does sort of make things just look a little less flat and a little less plain from just kind of having most of your embellishments made out of paper. And then I had taken Carrie Bradford had a file, I think it was called Christmas Village, and it was different things that you could do with all these little houses. And so I just took the basic one that came with the windows cut out, and I ended up cutting two of them and just kind of used it as like a border strip along the back. I just wanted an extra layer of something, and doing it in white kind of gave you maybe like a lighter layer, basically just an extra layer of something going on back there. And then I pretty much just started gluing everything down, and I tried to keep in mind, like, this was about the point where I figured out that I had forgotten that I needed to go ahead and put my photos down before I glued on my title. I like to have my die cuts and stuff like that touching different elements on the page. I like to have them overlap the photos a little tiny bit. And then when I had pre-planned the layout, the three words were going to be all stacked together, but for some reason, once I started hearing everything, I had to kind of move my title around, and it ended up being fine. I kind of liked having it just be on two lines instead of three. And then I took a scrap of the wood grain cardstock that was at the top, and I went ahead and printed my journaling on that so that it sort of matched and it brought some of that color down to the bottom of the layout. And I'm just going to go ahead and tuck it underneath my photo collage, and I rounded the corners just to kind of help it stand out a little bit more. And the top half of the layout is going to be more heavy than the bottom, and I'm fine with that. Like, to me, I prefer to do what I like and not necessarily do what's trending. So for me, this is kind of the part of a layout where I just kind of do my own thing. I don't necessarily follow visual triangles or having colors appear in 3 different spots or anything like that. I just go with what I like. So I was using a mix of phrase stickers from different sticker sheets from Simple Stories, some die cut packs. I have no problems cutting apart the pieces to make them work for me. I was even using some clear stickers that had come in one of the snap packs. I just kind of go through and find things that I like and find things that I think look good or fit the areas of the layout that I'm trying to decorate or trying to embellish. And then at the bottom, I just wanted to add a little bit of embellishing. So what I basically did was there's a gold circle die cut, this ticket die cut that I ended up cutting in half, and then I used some glitter enamel dots from the top of the layout down to the bottom just to kind of make everything a little bit more cohesive. And then I try to make sure when I do my layout to go ahead and include the date on it so that I don't have to come back later when I'm putting my layouts together. So that completes my layout for the Scraplift for this week, and I will be back next month with another video for the Crafty Maven. Please check the description box below for links to my channel and more information on where you can find the Crafty Maven Getaway and all of the girls on the design team. Thanks for watching.